To control your energy, the first step isn't getting stronger, it's seeing exactly how you're being drained, because for most people, energy isn't stolen by one huge event. It's bled out through countless tiny, repeated moments, a sentence, a notification, a comparison, a thought, the aftertone of a conversation, small cracks where you leak life force every day without noticing. Think of your energy like a lamp. The lamp doesn't fear darkness. It fears you cutting the wire into pieces, one piece feeding anxiety, one feeding people-pleasing, one feeding rumination, one feeding, I must. Once the current gets split, you get that painfully familiar feeling. You haven't even done much, yet you're already exhausted. You want to start, but can't ignite. You're living your life, yet you feel like you're not fully inside your own body. That's not weak willpower, it's a system that's been short-circuiting for a long time. So for now, we're not going through all 7 rules. We're doing a single energy audit, so you can locate your biggest leak today. You only need to complete 3 numbered steps. You don't have to write anything down, but you do have to see it clearly in your mind. 1. Identify the trigger moment, last 24 hours. Recall one moment in the past 24 hours when you suddenly tightened, not a big dramatic event, usually something almost absurdly small, seeing a post, hearing a certain tone, receiving a message, thinking about a task. Pick just one, most typical, moment, because your system usually gets triggered through the same doorway, again and again. Finding it is like catching the wind that always slips in through the same window. 2. Ask your body where it tightened first in that moment. Don't argue about right or wrong. Ask your body, where did I tighten first? Chest, throat, stomach, shoulders, temples, anywhere counts. Remember, the start of energy leakage isn't emotion. It's your nervous system entering defense mode, shallower breathing, muscle contraction, narrower perception. Once you're in defense mode, you're no longer truly choosing, you're surviving. 3. Catch the automatic line your mind played. Now grab the exact line that appeared automatically in your head. What did I say to myself? It usually comes from a few recurring scripts. I'm not good enough. I have to fix this right now. I need to make them satisfied. I'm falling behind. The event is only the spark. What burns your energy is the interpretation. Once that line launches, your energy gets dragged into one of 2 drains: proving, rescuing, pleasing or rumination, worst case imagining, self-trial. Both routes cost energy. You just used to call it normal. If you've done these 3 steps, you've completed the most important outcome of Module 1, you downgraded fate into a mechanism, and the moment you can see a mechanism, you're no longer doomed to be dragged by it. You gain a new ability. The next time the same doorway appears, you can notice it 1 second earlier. Oh, I'm about to leak again. Next, you'll learn a sharper switch, how to flip, right inside the trigger, from proof mode to alignment mode, so the old script stops driving you. You've already seen the doorway, a trigger moment. The body tightens, the mind automatically starts a play. Now we do the more decisive move, cut the explanation machine. Because most people aren't taken down by reality, they're taken down by the verdict line in their head: I can't. There's no way. This is just who I am. I'm done. That's not fact. It's narrative, and the moment you treat a narrative as fact, your energy gets locked inside a black hole. Rumination, shame, procrastination, people-pleasing, rumination again. What this looks like in real life, you'll recognize these three states instantly. 1. You feel tired before you start, nothing has begun, but your mind has already sentenced the outcome. Point 2. Once you're triggered, you can't stop. Point 1. Sentence loops in your head all day like a cursed audio clip. Point 3. The harder you try to control, the more you lose control. You talk sense into yourself, but your body stays tight, your emotions stay heavy, and action stays stuck. You think the problem is willpower, but what you're missing is a deeper skill, turning self-trial into system training. The metaphor: your mind as a courtroom. Picture a courtroom inside your head. The moment you're triggered, court is in session, you become the judge, you become the prosecutor, you become the defendant. The evidence is always cherry-picked against you, the verdict is always one line: not good enough. So you're not solving the problem, you're convicting yourself. But strong people don't live in a courtroom. They live in a training ground. A training ground. Failure isn't a verdict, it's data. Getting stuck isn't shame, it's a signal the system needs an upgrade. Your job is to pull yourself out of court and put yourself back on the training floor. Here's a short, brutal narrative rewrite switch that becomes the core of everything after this. This isn't what, this is what. You're not comforting yourself. You're renaming what's happening so your brain stops treating a fluctuation like fate. 1. The next time the line appears, I can't / I'm done / there's no way, pause for 1 second. Don't argue with it. Just place it in the first blank. This isn't me being incapable. 2. Now rewrite it into mechanism plus training. This is my system getting triggered, or this is an old pattern running on autopilot, or this is the part of me that's being upgraded. 3. Immediately land it in reality with one question, so specific it can't be romanticized. What is the smallest correct action I can take right now? Not a grand plan. Not a motivational speech. A smallest action: send one message without emotion, flip the phone face down, walk to the window and take one slow exhale, open the dock and write one sentence, write the next step on paper. Once you do the smallest correct action, the narrative black hole shrinks, because you moved energy from self-judgment back into controllable action. Use it in the 3 most common spirals. 1. When you want to escape, this isn't me being lazy. This is me avoiding uncertainty, and I'm training initiation. 2. When you feel rejected or judged, this isn't me having no value. This is me getting triggered, and I'm training myself not to turn opinions into destiny. 3. When you panic about the future, this isn't me being finished. This is my threat scanner running, and I'm training my attention back to the next step. Energy isn't stolen by events. It's stolen by your verdict sentence. You don't need instant confidence. You need to convert judgment into training. Once you can do that, you become hard to destroy, because every fluctuation becomes a system message: upgrade needed. Not, you're done. Next, we'll make this rewrite drop from cognition into the body, because when the story changes but the body still stays tight, you need a key to reset the nervous system, 90 seconds to bring you from alarm back to usable. You've already learned to replace I can't with I'm training my system. But here's the real-life problem: you rewrite the narrative, and your body is still tight. You know you shouldn't react, and your hand still wants to click. You want to calm down, and your heart is still racing. That doesn't mean you lack discipline. It means your nervous system is still in survival mode. Survival mode. Your attention narrows, your thinking shortens, and your behavior speeds up. The decisions you make there usually aren't what you truly want, they're your most automatic defaults: escape, people please, prove, numb out. What you'll notice when your energy is hijacked: when hijacking hits, you usually get 3 signals. 1. Your breathing gets shallow, like you're only breathing in your upper chest. 2. Something in your body locks up, tight neck/shoulders, heavy stomach, pressure in the chest. 3. Your mind opens too many tabs and won't stop. The harder you try to think it through, the more stuck you feel. The more you try to control your emotions, the more irritated you get, because the real issue isn't that you don't understand. It's that your body is still sounding the alarm. The image: trying to drive while the alarm is screaming. Imagine you're in a car and the alarm is shrieking that you're sitting in the driver's seat trying to plan the route, calculate the best options, make life decisions, while the siren is still blaring. How could you think clearly? Breathwork isn't meditation. It isn't mysticism. It's you reaching over and hitting the mute button. First, lower the alarm. Then you earn the right to decide your next move. That's the bottom line logic of energy control: restore usable state first, then change. Emergency reboot: this is your on-demand, rapid reset, when you're triggered. No closed eyes. No special posture. No setting required. Just one round of rhythm. Do this for 6 rounds. 1. Inhale for 4 seconds, gently bring air down toward the belly. Not huge. Just smooth. 2. Pause for 2 seconds, not forced holding, more like a brief wait. 3. Exhale for 6 seconds, make the exhale slightly longer, like slowly releasing stale air. 4. Repeat until you've done 6 cycles. You don't need perfect timing. Just remember the rules: exhale longer than inhale, pause is short, rhythm is steady. While you breathe, lock attention onto one concrete point: the temperature of air at your nostrils, or the rise/fall track of your chest. When your mind runs off, don't scold yourself. Just guide attention back to the exhale. You're not trying to create blankness. You're training sovereignty: I can bring my attention back. After the 90 seconds, one crucial question: do not immediately rush back to solve the issue. Ask yourself, am I in survival mode right now, or usable mode? If your chest loosens even slightly, your breath deepens a bit, your view feels wider, good. You're back in usable mode. Only then decide: reply or don't reply, explain or don't explain, keep scrolling or shut it down, act or rest. Your decision quality jumps, because you're no longer signing contracts while the alarm is screaming. Most people think energy control is figuring it out. It's not. Energy control is being able to pull yourself back in 90 seconds when you're getting yanked away. You don't have to win every time, you just need to return to usable state at the key nodes. Then your life becomes controllable again. Next is Module 4, Gatekeeping, building boundaries and shutting off the noise at the source. Otherwise it's like rebooting while you keep letting the chaos pour in. You can already stop the bleeding with narrative rewrites, and you can reboot in 90 seconds, but if your life is still an open entrance, the noise will keep pouring in: information, comparison, other people's emotions, meaningless socializing, constant interruptions. So you end up in a loop: reset, get bombed again, reset, get pulled away again. This layer, energy control isn't about pushing harder. It's about boundaries. And boundaries aren't coldness, they're responsibility. What it looks like when you have no boundaries. If you're boundaryless, 3 patterns show up fast. 1. Permanent standby mode. All day you feel like you're waiting for the next interruption. Your body stays subtly tense. 2. Emotional absorption. Someone complains, someone sounds impatient, and you instantly carry it like it's yours. 3. Shattered attention. You can't enter deep work. Time feels chopped into fragments. You think you're adapting to life. But what you're really doing is keeping your nervous system near the alarm line all day. The image, your energy as a temple with no door. Imagine your energy is a temple, but there's no door. Anyone can walk in and shout, any notification can run in and light a fire, any mood can be thrown in for you to clean up. You could meditate for hours and still end up drained. Real strength isn't how much you can endure. It's whether you decide what gets in and what stays outside. You don't need thicker armor, you need a door. And a gatekeeper. That gatekeeper is you. This module gives you 3 moves: disconnect the source, limit contact, install a recovery ritual. You don't need to do all of it at once. Start with the most painful leak. Point 1, disconnect the input source, turn always on into, by permission. Pick one entry point that reliably makes you tighten, a type of content, a group chat, a persona, certain conversation style. Try to destroy it. Just make one change. Move it from can appear anytime only appears when I allow it. This isn't time management. It's sovereignty training. I'm no longer being summoned. I enter by choice. Even this alone will drop your mental noise fast. 2. Limit contact. Replace unlimited access with clear windows. Give yourself a simple rule. Clear, non-negotiable. I can respond, but not instantly. I can communicate, but not inside an emotional flood. I can care, but I won't carry. Here's the truth. A lot of hijacking isn't them. It's your default unlimited permission. The moment permission becomes limited, people tend to respect you more, because the system changed. 3. Install a recovery ritual. Every contact must be followed by return. After any noise contact, you must do a come back move, even if it's 2 minutes. Examples: step to a window and do 2 long exhales, drink water and track the temperature, deliberately flip your phone face down and let your eyes look far away. The point is the message to your body: contact is over. I'm back inside myself. Without this, you carry residue into the next block of your day. With it, your energy stays intact. The predictable new challenge: quiet feels like emptiness. Once the world gets quieter, you may feel empty, even uneasy. Many people relapse right here: scroll, chat, stimulate, because they misread quiet as, I lost motivation. But quiet isn't the absence of drive. Quiet is your system finally stopping the constant emergency broadcast, and that's exactly why the next module matters: alignment. Turning this quiet into direction, so your energy doesn't just stay protected, it starts moving toward a life you actually want. Boundaries aren't shutting the world out, that they're keeping you inside, that you're not trying to control external noise, that you're controlling how noise is allowed to enter. Next, alignment goals. One key sentence pattern that shifts you from chasing a state to becoming a state, so your energy flows steadily into your real life. Now that you can spot your energy leaks, stop the self-draining story, reset with breath, and set boundaries, you'll feel noticeably steadier. But if all you do is reduce consumption, you'll soon run into a strange emptiness. You're no longer being dragged by noise, yet you don't know where your energy should flow. And then you'll drift back into the old world again, not because you want to fall apart, but because you lack a stronger inner gravity. Once energy has no direction, it gets pulled back out by the outside world. What you're experiencing, you might recognize three feelings. First, I know what I should do, but I still can't do it, because you're still pushing yourself with willpower. Second, I keep preparing, but I never start, because you're waiting for the perfect state. Third, I do a lot, but it doesn't feel solid, because everything you do feels like proving, not becoming. That you'll realize the most exhausting thing isn't action, it's self-proof. I have to look strong. I have to see results immediately. I have to be recognized to count as successful. Proving mode keeps you permanently tense. A metaphor: imagine two people climbing the same mountain. One keeps staring at the summit. The farther it looks, the more anxious they get, and every few steps they need to check whether they've become stronger. The other watches only their footing. Every day they practice the same posture: steady, slow, consistent. The first is chasing. The second is becoming. Chasing drains energy because it always lives in "not there yet." Becoming generates energy because every step aligns with "who I am." Practice, actionable. The identity sentence. This module gives you one sentence pattern, but it can rewrite your entire energy system. I'm not chasing underscore underscore underscore. I'm becoming underscore 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 dot. 1. Choose one area you most want to master: emotional stability, deep focus, a consistent routine, fitness, learning, creation, relationships. Pick only one. Identity training breaks when it gets vague. Point 2. Translate wish language into identity language. You'll get it immediately through examples. If you say, I want more discipline, change it to, I'm not chasing discipline, I'm becoming someone who acts through systems. If you say, I want to stop being anxious, change it to, I'm not chasing calm, I'm becoming someone who can reset anytime. If you say, I want more energy, change it to, I'm not chasing a mood, I'm becoming someone who doesn't leak energy casually. The point is this: you stop placing yourself in the "not enough yet" position, and step into the track of already becoming. 3. Attach an evidence action. The action must be small enough to execute, yet real enough to prove the identity. Because identity isn't declared, it's forged through behavior. For example, if you want to become someone who acts through systems, do one tiny proof today: 2 long exhales before you start, shutting off one input source before working, using "this isn't underscore underscore underscore, this is underscore underscore underscore." Once when triggered, smaller is better, so small you can't refuse it. But it must happen daily. Identity becomes powerful through repetition. When you do this, you'll feel a calm, steady sense of progress. You no longer need to ask, am I improving? Because you're producing evidence every day. That evidence feeds your energy back, so you keep going, not by external validation, but by internal consistency. What you're really controlling isn't whether the world gives you opportunities, it's the state you practice into your body every day. You're not chasing a better life. You're becoming the kind of person who can carry a better life. Next comes the module on maintenance and compounding. We'll turn everything you've learned into an automatic system, so you can stay stable long-term, without hype, without forcing willpower. You'll get a 7-day training plan, 10 minutes a day. By this point, you've already mastered the most important pieces of energy control. You can spot where your energy leaks, rewrite the self-draining narrative, reset your state through breathing, set boundaries like a gatekeeper, and align your goals into identity. But if all of this only happens when you remember, it will collapse on the busy, chaotic, exhausting days. The real pros aren't awake forever, they can always reset. And the prerequisite for resetting is simple: you need a process that runs every day, automatically. What you're experiencing, you've probably lived this loop. You feel fired up after a video, you do great for 2 days, and then day 3 gets busy and everything breaks. Or one setback makes you feel like everything was wasted. Or you demand perfection from yourself, and the moment you can't meet it, you spiral into screw it. None of that means you're weak-willed. It means you don't have a low-friction system. Energy compounding doesn't come from motivation, it comes from tiny, stable daily inputs. Like saving money, slow, but the more you deposit, the more stable you become. A metaphor: think of your energy like a mill. You keep hoping a big wind will come and spin the blades fast, but wind isn't guaranteed every day. The smart move is building a small canal. The water isn't huge, but it flows daily, so the mill keeps turning. This 7-day plan is your canal, 10 minutes a day, not powered by mood, not powered by emotion, powered by a process, practice, actionable 7-day training plan, 10 minutes a day. You do the exact same sequence each day. No variation. No creativity. The key is, small enough, stable enough, repeatable enough. 1. 2-minute scan: close your eyes or look into the distance. Quickly scan your body and inner state. Is your chest tight? Are your shoulders lifted? Is your mind foggy? You only need to find one strongest signal. The purpose of this scan is to pull you out of autopilot and back into the driver's seat. I know what state I'm in right now. Point 2. 2-minute breathing reset: use the module 3 rhythm for 2 to 3 rounds. No need to do the full 90 seconds. Same principle, make the exhale slightly longer than the inhale. You're not trying to relax. You're sending your system a clear message: the alarm can come down. 3. 3-minute narrative rewrite: catch the one inner line that drained you the most today, and plug it into the formula. This isn't underscore underscore underscore, this is underscore 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 dot. Then add one training ground sentence: I'm not in a courtroom sentencing myself, I'm on a training field upgrading my system. The emotion may not disappear, but it will lose its authority. Point 4. 3-minute action commitment: commit to one tiny action. Smaller is better, but it must be concrete. Send the necessary message. Move the project one step forward. Do 2 sets of exercise. Write 3 sentences. Tidy one corner. Turn off one input source. You're not changing your life in 3 minutes. You're giving your identity evidence: I'm becoming that kind of person. When you finish this sequence, even if you solve nothing that day, you've already done something massive. You took the steering wheel back. Over time, the real magic isn't that you become instantly stronger. It's that you become less likely to completely collapse. You can fluctuate, but you won't stay out of control for long. You can feel tired, but you won't hand yourself over to numbness. Energy control isn't one big awakening, it's 10 minutes of compounding every day. You don't lack energy. You were trained to leak it. And now you're training the opposite, keeping energy with you, and directing it toward who you truly want to become. If you've made it this far, you should understand one thing clearly: what you call losing control was never because you weren't smart enough or hardworking enough. it's because your energy system has been getting pulled by the outside world. You hand your attention to noise, your meaning to fear, your rhythm to randomness, so you end up living through exhaustion, pushing through anxiety, and surviving through numbness. But here's the real truth. You were never meant to control the outside world. What you're meant to control is the state you keep outputting. The world can be chaotic, cold, loud, unpredictable, yet if you can hold your state, you won't get dragged. You don't need the world to become gentle. You need yourself to stop being so easily rewritten by ITSO the next time you're triggered, the next time you want to run, the next time you want to prove something, the next time you feel yourself about to hand your power away. Remember a harder truth: reality isn't the enemy. It's an echo. Whatever state you keep broadcasting, reality reflects back as your life. If you output anxiety, the world becomes a threat. That if you output people-pleasing, relationships turn into extraction. That if you output clarity, the world starts to reveal a path. You don't need to defeat the world, you just need to win yourself back in 1,000 tiny moments. One win is enough. Because one win becomes the second becomes a habit, and the habit becomes destiny. Now listen closely to a sentence that might sting, but it might also save you. You don't lack energy. You were trained to leak it, trained to respond instantly, trained to explain endlessly, trained to compare constantly, trained to worry on command, trained to blame yourself automatically. You called that maturity. You called that responsibility. You called that, this is just who I am. But that isn't you. That's an old system trying to protect you, in the most expensive way possible. From today onward, your job isn't to force harder. It's to be clearer. From today onward, you stop giving your attention to random information streams. From today onward, you stop paying for other people's emotions. From today onward, you stop tightening a leash around yourself with, I must. From today onward, you stop living like your life is a courtroom. You go back to the training ground. You can stay gentle, but you're no longer invadable. You can fluctuate, but you can always reset. You can move slowly, but you no longer scatter. You don't need perfection. You need sovereignty. From today onward, you stop handing yourself over to a random world. You take the steering wheel back, even if it's only for 1 second, even if it's only one exhale, even if it's only one small action. That second, that breath, that action, is the beginning of a new life. Before you close this video, I want you to make one simple choice. Think of your most common energy leak. It almost always falls into one of these categories. You don't need to write an essay, just comment a number. 1, information and input. 1 scroll and you're scattered. 1 look and you're flooded. Point 2, inner narrative drain. You keep sentencing yourself in your head. Point 3, body alarm, chronic tension, brain fog, tight chest, locked shoulders. Point 4, relationship invasion, constant explaining, pleasing, rescuing the mood. Drop your number in the comments. I'll take the most common one and make the next deep breakdown: how to identify the people, situations, and information sources that are actually stealing your energy, and cut them off without burning bridges. And if you want this as a system, not just inspiration, I'll turn it into a series, 1 rule per video, and for every real-life scenario, I'll give you plug-and-play scripts and actions you can use immediately. Subscribe so you don't miss the next keys, the ones that can genuinely reshape who you become. Let me leave you with the final passcode: you were never meant to control the outside world, only the state you keep outputting. Reality isn't the enemy. It's an echo.